who just finished his first year at West Point, and then I have 3 daughters, 2 of whom are in high school and 1 of whom is in middle school. And so my son has just finished his first year, and what the first year is like is he spent 7 weeks in what's called basic training, where they took his cell phone away and turned it off, and took his Facebook away and turned it off, and kept him at Fort Buckner for 7 weeks, where he got up at 5 a.m. every day and learned to run 12 miles with 60 pounds on his back, and learned the beginning of military tactics, and also learned leadership development, and was being trained. He wasn't being trained by U.S. Army officers. He was being trained by upperclassmen at West Point. So as a plebe, as a first year, you're learning from your upper class men and women who have already been through this, but only 1 or 2 years ahead of it. So that was the summer. And then he had 2 academic semesters that were rigorous. He worked hard. It wasn't like what I was doing in college. He was getting up at 5:30 a.m. every morning, and had a full load of 6 courses both semesters. And then I'll tell you about the summer. The summer was an incredible opportunity. In fact, I'll give a little advertisement for West Point. So while most of his friends were working at Jamba Juice or in local stores and so on, my son did 3 different things this summer. He was in the country of Jordan for 3 weeks in the Middle East, working on his Arabic, and renovating an orphanage in Jordan. So he did that for 3 weeks. He spent 3 weeks in what's called air assault school, and this is when he learned how to rappel out of helicopters. So if you see these attack helicopters that are 200 or 300 feet off the ground, and the people can go from in the helicopter to on the ground in about 4 seconds, he learned how to do that. And then he spent another month at Fort Buckner doing infantry and artillery training. So we're actually really happy. He's home right now for 10 days, but that's his whole summer break, and then he goes back for his 2nd year. But he's very happy about that because he's going to be an upperclassman with a few plebes to teach instead of at the bottom rung. So it's really been a great experience for him.
Are you thinking about going to West Point?
No. Were you thinking about it before that description? Or did you just need a good alarm clock?
Next up.
Go ahead.
What college did you go to, and what major did you major in?
So I went to Dartmouth in New Hampshire. So I grew up in Fullerton, went to Servite High School, for if any of you are from Anaheim, or have kids or friends there. I went to Dartmouth and majored. I got 2 majors, one in economics and one in history. And then I went to work in New York, and I ended up getting a graduate degree at the London School of Economics. I took a year off work. And my wife and I loved New York, and then we started having kids, and we didn't like New York anymore. So we came back out to where I'm from and moved to the South Bay. We've been really happy. But I had a great experience at Dartmouth.
Well, all the parents know, Dartmouth. So
It's a prestigious school.
absolutely, yeah.
So how do you compare the East Coast and West Coast, and why did you move here, back here?
So I feel very lucky in my life. I've lived in a lot of different places. I grew up in Orange County. I've lived in New York City and in Atlanta, Georgia. I lived in New Hampshire. I lived in London. I lived for a year in Germany. And so I've had a chance to live a lot of different places. And my wife and I loved New York City when we were in our 20s. And it was a great place to learn a lot and meet a lot of great people and start our careers. But there's nothing like Southern California. Mm-hmm. And we moved back here 19 years ago, and we have been so happy to be here, and this has been such a great place to raise our children. And it's everything from the weather to the climate to the lifestyle to the diversity of California. It's just an amazing place. So we're glad we're here. And it would be easy, in fact, just to editorialize on it for a second. so many of us know people who have left the state because they can't find jobs, or their family members can't find jobs, or the cost of living is so high here. And we don't want to leave. We want to stay and improve it. And this is an incredible place to live. And let's create opportunities so that we can continue to stay.
Is that a reason why you run for it?
Yes, it would be. It would be really easy, and I don't blame the people who have left. It would be really easy for a lot more people to leave California, but it's August 2nd, and what is it? 78 degrees outside, and we're about 3 miles from the beach here, and we really want to stay and make California work. That's one of the reasons we're doing this.
It's 11 o'clock, time to phone bang.
Like Kurt's thinking. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I'm just blown away. And I'm going to turn it back to Dylan.
Well, I just want to make sure, is there anyone else who had a question? Or,
Yeah.
How did you get to want to run for City Assembly?
That's a great question, because this was not my plan. I started getting involved. I've not spent my life in politics. I have a small business and that I started 15 years ago, and I'm busy with I've been married 22 years. I've got 4 kids. I got plenty going on. And 4 years ago, my business was well enough established, and my kids were getting big enough that I had some time, and I just looked around at how big California's problems were. And I never thought I would run for office, but I got very involved in grassroots activities, a lot like what the Orange Club is doing. I was the leader of the largest grassroots group in the South Bay called the Beach Cities Republicans. I was elected chairman of the local Republican Party 2 years ago. And I spent 7 months recruiting candidates to run for this seat, because this is a seat that we can win, it's a seat that we should win, and it's a great building, it's a great location to build a foundation to rebuild the party and to rebuild opportunity in California, in Los Angeles County. So I spent 7 months recruiting candidates, and at the end of those 7 months, the 3 people I was recruiting hardest told me they were not going to run, but they would support me and endorse me if I ran. So I committed to run when the mayors or the immediate past mayors of the 3 largest cities in the South Bay endorsed me. So I don't know how well all of you know this part of LA, but we're here in Torrance right now. Torrance is the largest city in the South Bay. And then you've got the beach cities, Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, and you've got Palos Verdes, you've got Lomita and Gardena, and a few communities in LA is our district. And the 3 largest cities are Torrance, Redondo Beach, and Gardena. And I spent 7 months trying to recruit the mayors of those cities to run for this seat, and none of them did. So here I am. But we've accomplished so much since late August. And most notably, I suspect many of you know this, but we won our primary on June 3rd. We proved that we can win this seat. We've put together an incredible team of volunteers that Dylan and Sarah and Kurt have been shepherding Kurt from the very beginning. And we've gotten a lot of local help. We've raised a lot of money. We've done what it takes to win this race. So I'm a first-time candidate, and I'm still learning a lot, and I'm sure I will make mistakes. But we have an incredible team to help get this done.
Okay. You will win.
With help like this, we are absolutely going to win.
Another question.
Yes.
I'm a full-time mom. I have 3 kids.
Uh-huh.
This is the very first time I joined an event like this and to talk to somebody. Actually, I think it's very important, right? You're a candidate, so maybe you won someday. But are you very surprised to see so many Asian family, like parents and the kids here? I mean, it happened before.
This is
happened before to you?
This is so incredible that you're here. And what I've learned in the last 4 years of being involved in politics is that one of our central challenges about politics and taking back our state so that we can have opportunity in the state is that normal people don't want to do politics. So I guess I've just told you I'm not normal. But most of us would rather be with our families, work at our businesses, make money, grow our companies, help our kids get a good education, help our kids get a good start, be involved in our churches, work on our golf games, whatever. So for so many people to come out on a Saturday when I know all of you could be doing something else, it's the middle of summer, and make this happen, it's incredible. And I would really, particularly the young people here, I would really encourage you. I'm 49 years old. There is not a person on the planet 4 years ago who thought, A, that I would ever be running for the California State Assembly, and B, that we would be sitting here in August ready to win this seat. I certainly didn't think that. And just by doing what I could to help turn the state around, I got involved and created some opportunities. And that's the way America works. This is a country, this is a state where if we work hard and are smart, we can make anything happen. And we can point this state back in the right direction for more opportunities. So this is a team effort. I am not the important person here. We are all the people who are going to take our state back together.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.